Hello, welcome to Montessori education for parents and teachers. Now, much of the Montessori philosophy stems from a deep respect for the child, uniqueness of every child, their freedom to choose, their freedom to correct their own mistakes, and to work at their own pace. To begin with, let's look at some of the key principles of Montessori education. Number one is absorbent mind. Dr. Montessori's research determined that the first 6 years of life are the most crucial years in a child's development. The mind works like a sponge. It absorbs as much as it can from what is happening in the environment. So parents and teachers need to be aware and mindful of what is presented to the child. Children become what they live. Number two is educating the whole child. Means thinking about each young child as a human being in full, as a complete individual, and not limiting the scope of education to a narrow focus on learning just numbers and letters. We need to consider all aspects of development: physical, social, emotional, spiritual, as well as intellectual. And we must address all the needs that arise from these aspects of development. Montessori concept of learning through senses engages the whole body and mind. Number three is freedom of movement and freedom of choice. Now, this is one of the most fundamental and the most visible principle in any Montessori classroom. The movement is built into the work, into the lessons. Children have the freedom to move from one area of the classroom to the other. And they can choose to work either on the tables or on the floor using a rug. They also have the freedom to choose the work that they like to do. Choice allows children to discover their own needs, their own interests, and their own abilities. And it also helps in building their self-confidence as well as their decision-making ability. Number four is intrinsic motivation. Montessori focuses on, encourages, and promotes child-centered learning. The focus is always on enjoying the process of learning, feeling good after practicing a skill, feeling satisfied after completion of an activity. For example, a child building a pink tower using the biggest cube on the bottom to all the way up, smallest cube on the top, takes pride in his accomplishment, and that becomes the reward in itself. Extrinsic rewards like stickers, candies are generally avoided. Number five is auto-education. According to Dr. Montessori, children are able to teach themselves through active exploration of the environment. Teachers can encourage children to learn by introducing them to new materials, by making more and more presentations in the prepared environment. Most of the materials found in the classroom, in the Montessori environment, are designed to have an inbuilt control of error, which allows the child to see and detect if mistakes or errors have been made. Means the materials are self-correcting. Children learn through making mistakes and then correcting those mistakes all by themselves. So that's all for today. See you next time.